Welcome to War of the Stars, a Star Wars podcast, coming to you every week from deep within the Outer Rim, far beyond the westful ice of the Galactic Empire. Join your hosts, John Mark Tolley, Garrett K. Jones, and Brian Karasik, as they discuss the various facets of the saga's lore, characters, review the films, and discuss every tidbit of news coming out of Lucasfilm. And remember, this isn't just my Star Wars, this isn't just your Star Wars, this is our Star Wars.
That is right. It is our Star Wars. As you can see, we have a special guest here for, at least for the beginning of the show. It is my daughter, Lily, who is soon to be 11 years old. And special guest, what's his name? Chungus. This is Chungus.
Kind of looks like a deranged Care Bear with a lightsaber. Oh my gosh, everybody.
Yes, welcome once again to War of the Stars. We are, unfortunately, once again, sans one Mr. Karasik. Hopefully he will be joining us again sometime soon. I hope so.
I know we've been without him for like a little over a month now. It's kind of
so. I think you're right.
I think you know what? I think what it is he just got, I don't know. Maybe he's got new friends. Who knows? They're taking him in a different direction. Maybe he became a Trekkie.
I know. That would be my reaction.
I'm
too.
shocked. No. I have no idea. I know that they've had a lot of stuff going on between him losing his computer and it frying itself to dealing with his moving to a new house. So who knows what's going on? But
I just heard you guys had an earthquake over there.
Yeah, it was up near the Bay Area. It was like a 4-point something. I didn't even know we had an earthquake until I saw something on the news last night, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's an earthquake, big deal. Where I live, we don't usually feel them because we're in the middle of the Central Valley. Although there's an area about an hour west of where I live. It's literally like it's due west between the 101 freeway and where I am. Almost exactly in the middle of that, and they have earthquakes from time to time, and they've had some big ones. And when Kalinga gets them, we feel them. But like back in 2019, when was it Northridge or Ridgequest? I somewhere down south, they were having some really big, like 7.0 earthquakes down there, and I felt them here. I have never felt earthquakes that big, that far away here in Central California. And I was sitting in my living room, actually standing. I was playing a video game, and all of a sudden I started feeling dizzy, and I'm like, "What the heck was that?" And I sat down, and all of a sudden it just started rumbling under my feet. And I'm like, "Whoa!"
Oh wow!
And then and that was a couple days. It was like right before 4th of July, and then we celebrated 4th of July, and then we flew to Hawaii. So.
What do we have to start out with today?
We are now our main topic today. We're jumping back into some tech talk. We're talking speeders. I've got my trusty guide to essential guide to vehicles and vessels. Okay. But so we can pull some of that out because I mean speeders, like we just see them flying around. They're just cars, without wheels. But because there is a special release on YouTube today, we are going to be reacting to the Mandalorian and Grogu movie teaser trailer. Ooh. And it was just released this morning. Now, I'll admit I saw it this morning because it was posted in the Feast of Fandoms chat, and I could not help myself. I have my thoughts, my comments, but I'm waiting to see the reaction from you guys.
All right, let's watch it. What do you think, girl?
I'm excited.
You're supposed to say this is the way.
This is the way.
She's so excited that she's like, I'm so excited. I don't know how to do it. I love it. All right, let's get this going. Okay, bringing it to the stage. Come on. Oh, gotta remove that. Oops. There we go. Here we go. We're gonna go full screen. You guys ready?
We're ready.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Good shot, baby.
Okay.
At the start, I thought he was holding a gun.
So, initial reactions before we kind of break this whole thing down.
That was good. I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah. I thought he was holding a gun at the start. That was not a gun.
No, with the whole periscope.
I was like, is he holding a gun? No.
Not a lot to go off of.
No, not
No,
really.
and that's good. I mean, we don't.
Yeah.
I mean, the premise is that Mando is recruited by the what's left of the Rebel Alliance and the Resistance and the New Republic to kind of help them with some kind of issue.
Yeah. Okay. The font for the title page definitely has like old school Indiana Jones type.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Did Lucasfilm did they have some kind of confusion with what font they're using? Like the font that they used for the Mandalorian show would have been sufficient. This it feels like the tone is wrong.
Yeah.
At the end, I was like, "What did he say?" It was like, "Good shot."
Oh, good job, baby. Yeah.
Good job.
A little. Yeah.
So I mean, so like right off, my first initial reaction was a little bit concerned because like I'm kind of curious as to where this fits into the timeline because by the end of with season 3, Mando was flying around in an N1 starfighter, a heavily modified N1 starfighter, but a starfighter. And here, that's not what I want. I want this. No, I don't want that.
No, you don't want that.
So we get our first shot. I mean, the cinematography looks great, but that's a Razor Crest.
That's what I thought too. I'm like, wait a minute, that's a Razor.
It's a Razor Crest with a new paint job.
We got a new ship
again.
But, see, my thing is this is where the confusion for me is because like Razor Crest was blown up by Moff Gideon in season 2, episode 6.
Yeah,
and we haven't seen it since. And so it's like, why does he have a new ship? Where does this fall in the timeline? Is this still part of the stuff leading up to the events of season 2? Does this take place between season 1, season 2, or in the middle of season 2? We don't know and this right here for me is the anachronism on that. And it could be that. Go ahead, Lily.
I think this is like a little bit ahead of afterwards because Baby Yoda, he's like gotten better at all of this. Because like when I first saw the start of it, he was like he wasn't that good at the stuff
The
that
Force.
yeah, and all
Yeah.
the stuff he was doing with Mando, but now he's like really good at it.
That's true. By season 3 and parts of Book of Boba Fett, he was a little bit more controlled with his abilities.
Yeah.
So that kind of threw me for a loop. But like I said, the cinematography looks good. And then we get this scene, and like that right there kind of reminds me of, it looks like a lightsaber. I'm kind of wondering why Grogu is looking down the business end of a lightsaber.
I thought it was a gun.
It kind of looks like a gun. It kind of looks like a lightsaber. I'm just waiting for him to like kind of blast himself in the face. Like,
He's holding the gun.
I'm hoping it's on a sun setting, not kill setting.
He's cartooning himself. He's doing the cartoon thing.
Let's see. And then, we get the scan. Obviously, this is an Imperial remnant base because we see the stormtroopers and scouts walking around. And then you see here, then it blacks out again. And then we see Babu Frick.
Oh, yeah. That's what that is.
And Grogu walking through the tunnel. And Grogu, being the little merchandising opportunity that he is, looks directly at the camera and just kind of like shrugs. Blackout again. And then we get our first shot of Sigourney Weaver, who's the only face actor I know who's in this movie. And she is expecting him, clearly, the way she looks up at him. And you can see, what shot is it? It's this shot right here. You can see right here the Rebel Alliance New Republic logo on her shirt. And you can see that on her jacket. You can see that she's got some level of command in the military. I like how she takes back her food before Grogu can get his grubby little hands on it.
Yeah. So
that
is my
dude,
food, not yours.
That dude is a food thief.
A second. My wife needs help getting in. So
I'll stay here.
You take over for me, Lily.
Yeah.
All right. So then we get a little bit more of this interaction, and then we get the Lucasfilm title card.
Yeah.
This shot right here, I think is really cool because you get the reflection of the lights, and then a boot steps into it, and it could be Mando's, could be somebody else's.
Oh.
We get our cantina brawl, which is typical. We get some kind of scary monster dude.
Yeah, I don't like that thing. Why does it kind of look like from what I'm seeing, it kind of looks like a big snake right now.
Yeah, kind of. He's got kind of a reptilian look. And then we're back in the Razor Crest.
Yeah.
And so we're in. So like this is a set that we're very familiar with because we've seen it before. There's a little silver ball there that Grogu likes to play with. And it's flying. It's going after some TIE fighters. And we get another shot of Grogu. He's swimming. And this is kind of cool because like the puppet actually is doing this work. It's actually being done in camera, in frame. So that's kind of neat that they're giving him more to do. What do you think of this particular scene, Lily?
I was like, oh no, he's gonna he's gonna get hurt or something, like, cause like he's in the water. He looks like he's not doing that good.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Then we get a battle here. Based on this figure, that looks like Zeb Aurelios from Rebels. Based on the feet, I could be completely wrong on this. It happens really quickly. Let me see if I can back it up and we can play through that a little bit. Yeah, that's. Let me see here. Yeah, that's Zeb. That is Zeb Aurelios.
Yeah, and I see it. Kind of do.
Yeah, and then
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, because you can see it in his feet, the way he walks, and you can kind of see it in the face a little bit. And then Grogu is riding around with Babu and his little buddies in a speeder, which we'll be talking about speeders in a little bit. But then we get this. This is a U-wing. We haven't seen one of these since Rogue One. So this is very,
Why
very.
does he have so many ships?
Well, this isn't his. This isn't his. This is more than likely this is an ally who's picking him up.
Okay. You gotta get to bed, okay?
Bye bye.
So, yeah,
Say
look
goodbye.
at this thing.
Bye.
All right.
We get a U-wing in here, man.
I know. That was.
And did you see the bit about Zeb Aurelius from Rebels?
Oh no, I missed that.
Right here, I'll show you. It's this scene. It happens really quick. That guy bouncing off the wall. That's Zeb.
Oh, it is. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah. I've been going kind of frame by frame, and I just barely caught it. See, and then we get this we get the U-wing for the first time since Rogue One. So in 10 years, it's taken 10 years for us to see this kind of a ship again.
Yeah.
Dude, this right here is going to be pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
There's speculation that this is supposed to be Rhoda the Hutt.
Ooh.
Like he's all grown up and,
Wait, that's Stinky?
Muscles, man.
That's Stinky?
I think that's Stinky. But dude, look at those muscles. He's ripped. Like you can see right here the definition of like the rib cage in the chest. Dude, he is. I've never seen a Hutt that's that ripped other than like in a comic book. It is ridiculous. And then let's see. We've got the crowd again. Grogu's eating. It's like a little. That's like the fruit flavored popcorn that they've got at Galaxy's Edge. Like talk about product placement. And that's Disney putting in their own product placement. And then let's see. So this is the way. We get some droid battles. We got more aliens, which these guys kind of look like the Gorn. Almost.
Yeah.
Like they're big reptilian dudes. Like these things look sentient. They're wearing clothing and armor.
Yeah.
So like, although based on the design of this arena, like it almost looks like something out of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a sequence where you have to fight in a gladiatorial combat arena in that game. Then we've got this shot where Mando blasts out of the control room of an AT-AT.
Yeah.
Which it's going to be interesting. I feel the scale feels weird though. Like this looks like almost like it was shot for TV as like a TV movie, but they're putting it on the big screen because they shot it in IMAX. So it's weird. Like when you frame, like the frame rate feels a little off. I don't know. Look, like compared to this walker in front of it, this walker feels really small in the scale.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just the aspect ratio or if it's like the angle, but it looks comparatively smaller.
Well, that and one thing I noticed was I'm wondering if that's a different AT-AT than one we saw, because the one we saw before that exploded, it had the centerpiece like open, like so that one right there.
Hold on, let me play that back. Yeah,
so
that one's
there,
open.
That one's open, and it explodes. But then
that
this
one's
one
closed.
So I'm thinking they're two different AT-ATs.
It might be because, like, look, the hatch on the top where he flies out, it's shut too. So I don't know if that's just like
because the one before it looked more like the version of the AT-AT that we see in Rogue One.
Possibly, yeah, but like I mean, like I don't know. It could just be an issue with the with maybe it's something in the animation department they just didn't catch it. And maybe they'll have to do it in post. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because the others aren't even being cut.
Yeah.
And so this is the title card for the for the trailer.
It's definitely no, it doesn't. I don't get. You know what I get from this one? I get the mummy.
See, for me, I get Flash Gordon.
I get that too. I get basically like the old movie serial, which is I mean it makes sense because that's kind of what Indiana Jones and Star Wars kind of Lucas kind of got his inspiration was from the Flash Gordons, from that type of movie serial. So I can see where they were going with that.
Yeah, but it feels off. Like it's like, I mean, compared to the font that was used in the show, this feels like a step backwards.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, like the only other two movies that were standalones were Solo and Rogue One.
Yeah.
And both of those were referred to as a Star Wars story. Why isn't this being referred to as a Star Wars story?
I don't know.
It feels like it's its own separate franchise apart from Star Wars.
Yeah. That's a good feel. It's a good observation there.
Yeah. And then it's forged for IMAX, which they're going to try and capitalize on that. But this thing comes out. I think this is a Womp Rat.
Is that a Womp Rat? What? I didn't realize Womp Rats were that big.
It looks like a Womp Rat. Look at that thing.
Ooh.
It's got it's got a rodent-like face with a single eye, and it looks like a Womp Rat.
Yeah.
Good shot, baby.
And then good shot, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. So, thoughts?
It's like I said, there are things I liked about, and I like the some of the points you brought up. I mean, I'll watch it. I'll probably watch it. I'll probably go to the theaters and see it, but
yeah, I'll probably end up seeing it as well. But I don't know, like I'm glad that they're veering away from the Skywalkers. I'm glad that they're veering away from Galactic Civil. Well, I mean, we're still getting Imperial Remnant and Stormtroopers and stuff like that. But like, I'm glad that we're seeing other parts of the galaxy through this. But it's like we don't need any more Mandalorian Grogu. This feels like a cash grab.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
Unnecessary cash grab.
For sure. And I think this would have worked better if it had been a culmination of, like, if we would have gotten other shows that we thought we were going to get, where this could have been a culmination of, because it seemed like so much of the so-called Mandoverse just hasn't really, materialized like we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it feels very.
We looked like we were going to get teased for something with a show with Zeb and that for like a kind of like with Zeb and
some kind of rebellion angled show.
And then of course it looked like you could have tied in something with Ahsoka, but that would have come totally different.
Well, where's everything going on with Bo-Katan? Where's the Mythosaur? I mean, that's what was teased at the end of season 3.
Yeah,
and we're not getting that. So if this takes place after season 3, what the heck?
Yeah, if this had been, but it seems to be just a really long episode of Mando, or Mando goes on an adventure, which, don't get me wrong, I mean those were fine, and I didn't mind when it was a TV show and Mando went on an adventure, but this seems like it should be so much more.
Yeah,
this should be a culmination of
yes,
everything.
I would agree with you. This could have been the series finale.
Yes. Yeah, leave season, whatever season, on a cliffhanger, and then have the movie be the finale.
And like that's not what we're getting. At least that's not what it feels like we're getting. Yeah. And so who knows? We can get more information over the next 4 or 5, 6 months, and it'll make it make sense. But this, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, there were things I did, like you said. I like the cinematography. It looks, visual wise, it looks good. Like, the seeing that giant hut was awesome.
Oh yeah, that's going to be cool because we really haven't seen huts doing anything in a long time. I mean, the last time we saw a hut move was 26 years ago in episode 1.
Yeah, and that was only after the special editions.
Right. Let me see. Okay, so I'm pulling up the cast right now for the film. Okay. Let's see here. Cast. There we go. All cast and crew. So obviously, so far, the only name actor that we get a glimpse of in the movie is Sigourney Weaver. Mm-hmm. Oh, I was right. I was right about who the hut is.
It's Rhoda.
It's Rhoda the Hutt, and he's going to be voiced and I guess mocapped by Jeremy Allen White.
Okay.
So for those of you who are not familiar with who he is one of the main stars of the show The Bear on FX, and he was in Showtime's Shameless playing Lip.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then the only other actor I'm seeing here listed is John Coyne, who is playing an Imperial warlord. John Coyne is a British actor. He's actually, let's see. He was trying to see here what else he's been in. He's been in a bunch of stuff, like he was in Hangover Part 3. He did an episode of the show Gotham on Fox. He did an episode of Once Upon a Time back in 2016. The Blacklist, Preacher, and he was in an episode of a season 3 episode of Mandalorian, playing this very same character.
Oh.
And so he's back playing the same warlord.
Okay.
So cool. At least they're keeping with that continuity.
Yeah. Well, another thing, I mean, they completely dropped the storyline with the who was the one Imperial that got remember he left. He was a scientist.
There's Moff Gideon. There.
Yeah.
The little skinny scientist dude with the glasses.
Yeah. He
got his mind wiped.
Yeah, but I mean, still,
working for the New Republic.
Yeah. Like, I would have liked to have seen something, some like that. Just seemed more like okay, we're gonna turn him back into an Imperial slave, basically. So, or even something with her, like her be the member, the spy,
Yeah.
follow
I don't know.
her and see. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting. Like, I mean, we've got the film's being directed by Jon Favreau, who wrote and directed. He's writing this alongside Dave Filoni.
Okay.
It's being produced by him, Filoni, Karen Gilchrist, Kathleen Kennedy, and Ian Bryce. So, I mean, I'm hoping it's good, but we haven't had a decent Star Wars movie since in 10 years. We haven't had one in 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping that we get something decent.
I hope so. All right. Well, is this a good time to transition to our main topic?
Yeah, we'll switch gears to our main topic. Like I said, our main topic this week is speeders. We've been chatting up for half the episode already, talking about Mandalorian and Grogu. Me, trying to allay my own fears about this movie. So speeders. Let's talk speeders.
Let's talk speeders.
Speed. I am Speed. Actually, I'm Garrett, but So I'm looking at. Trying to think of. Are there any speeders that immediately come to mind?
Well, for me, obviously the Snowspeeder from Empire.
Yeah, those are probably the most iconic speeders that we see.
Now, do you consider the bikes on indoor, the speeder bikes, as speeders?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's got the word speeder in it. So
to me, those are the two that kind of come to mind. Are the Snowspeeders and the
the speeder bikes, the Snowspeeders are the two main ones. But then there's Luke's speeder, which I'm trying to pull that one up. I'm not even in the right section yet. Hold on. I'm almost there. Yeah, because it's kind of a weird. There's also like the Hutt Caravel, which is technically a speeder. The Jabba the Hutt's sail barge is a speeder because it levitates, it flies across, but it doesn't go anything higher than maybe like 30 feet off the ground. And then of course you get to see all the various different stuff on Coruscant, where you have speeders flying miles above the surface of the planet.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, they're kind of interesting because basically they're cars without wheels that fly, and it makes me wish we had something like that, because gosh darn it, the question's always been what's the logistics of this? How do you control what people are doing up in the air? And it's cool because you look at Coruscant and you go out in Tatooine or some other place, everybody's just flying around. It's no big deal because there's no real traffic. Everything's pretty barren. But you go to a place like Coruscant and you can see traffic patterns. You can see cars flying in two directions in one particular set of lanes, and then there's a set of lanes below that. And it's like how do they control that? How they guide and oversee all that?
Yeah. I mean, they almost would have to have almost like an air version of with roads like we have here, almost like a highway system, except in with I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing, but so here's a catch for you. So Luke's speeder it's a modified Sorsub X-34 Landspeeder. It's pretty iconic for the franchise because it's one of the first land vehicles that we see. It's this one right here. Everybody knows Luke's Landspeeder because it's iconic. But there is a scene in A New Hope, especially in the special editions, and we do catch it in the original version. It's just not as detailed. But
Yeah.
this is the Lars family speeder. And we see that speeder cut right in front of Luke and Obi-Wan and the droids as they're going towards Mos Eisley Cantina.
Mm.
Did you ever notice that?
I did not.
It makes me wonder who stole the family car and drove it into Mos Eisley after Owen and Beru have been killed.
Or were they?
Right?
New conspiracy theory. Owen and Beru are actually alive. They got tipped off, but didn't want to deal with their brat sons, with their brat nephews, so they their deaths.
Dude, you've just given me an idea for a new fan theory.
You're welcome.
Yes. I still have to film another one for this week because it's been about a week and a half since one's been out. And I'm sure Kat's been like, where's the next one? Where's the next one?
Yeah.
So yeah, the speeders are kind of an interesting thing. Like they're just there. They're very present within the franchise, but like nobody gives them a great deal of mind. Like probably the most conversation we get about speeders is the conversation between Obi-Wan and Anakin in episode 2, where Obi-Wan chastises him for taking so long and helping. And he's like, oh, master, I had to find the one with the right design and the open cockpit and the right color. It's like, you punk. Absolute punk. Oh, here we go. Rebel Snowspeeder. I was trying to look for it under Snowspeeder. It wasn't there. But apparently the Rebels are the only ones who use these vehicles. Because they're incom, which means they're completely backed and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, what? You were starting to say something and you cut out there.
Oh, sorry, you're cutting out.
Kind
of starting to get kind of a bad connection here. They I don't want to say the workhorse of the galaxy, but they're just kind of the everyday vehicle of the galaxy. Like, unless you're getting something like the Snowspeeder or the
or the what? Uh-oh. Carbonite has taken hold of Mark. Where's the thaw button?
Did you hear me?
I can hear you. Okay, there you go. You're unfrozen. Ironically enough, you're wearing the Carbonite shirt. I just realized that. Like, you froze for a solid 10 seconds, and I'm like, uh-oh. The shirt came true.
Oh no. No, I was just saying about how it is the everyday vehicle of the Star Wars galaxy. It's the kind of the, everyone has, it'd be like almost like you said, it's the car of the galaxy. It's, everyone has, and it's
they have access to one.
Yeah. And you get, obviously, like we see with Luke, when you get your first speeder, it's probably going to be one that's older and kind of a hand-me-down and kind of
beaten up and janky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's kind of cool though, because like you get some speeders that they only stay close to the ground, but then you've got other speeders that are able to actually like take off and fly and be, all over the place. Like the maneuverability is insane. Now, would the pod racers be considered speeders? No, because they don't. Because the pod racers themselves are not. They don't have the anti-grav abilities that other speeders have. Like the speeders themselves have built-in repulsor systems that allow them to levitate off the ground. While the pod racer does have that temporarily, it doesn't. It actually itself does not have the engine capability to push itself. It has to be pulled by that. Like if like your typical land speeder is a car, or your basic air speeder is kind of like an airplane or a Cessna, whatever. The pod racer would be the equivalent of a chariot because it's being pulled by something else.
Yeah,
it's not it's not pushing itself.
I don't think canonically we've seen them, but in the old Legends canon, you had what were called the swoop bikes, which
we've seen them in canon.
We have?
Let me see here.
I didn't think we had seen them.
Let me see here. I'm looking it up right now. Yes, swoops have been in Star Wars. So we see one when the Ronto, or it's not the Ronto, it's the whatever that creature is in Phantom Menace. When they're going through Mos Espa, we see a Flare S swoop going through the spaceport. We see another one. It was a computer-generated swoop that appears in the extended Mos Eisley scenes. Pilot scare. Oh, it is a Ronto. Pilot scares a Ronto as he speeds recklessly through the streets. Anakin Skywalker borrows a swoop from his stepbrother Owen Lars.
Oh yes, okay. Now I remember that. Yeah.
And then we see one again in Solo. There's a patrol speeder, which is a type of swoop. It's used by Imperial patrol troopers.
Yeah. In the old Legends, that's one of the things that Han was at one point, was a swoop bike, was a swoop racer.
And then in Mandalorian, Din Djarin uses a Zephyr J model when he's crossing the desert of Tatooine.
Yeah. And I guess you could say that the speeder bikes that we see the Imperials use are a version of a swoop, because basically a swoop is
swoops have a more sporty look. The speeder bikes are more angular.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it would be like the difference between a sport bike for like a Honda or a Suzuki and a more of your road bike, like your for lack of a better term, your Harley.
Yeah. Well, and then like in Book of Boba Fett, Boba's little scooter gang, they're all on swoops. Although they're those are
more like Vespas.
Dude, no, Vespas have more cojones than those things did. Like, I mean, historically, Vespa actually built a bike that actually had a mortar cannon mounted on it. And they're still making them for the French military.
Nice.
Yeah. Like it's a scooter with a rocket launcher built into it. So
only the French.
Well, no, it's not the French building it. It's the Italians who build the Vespas.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So only the Italians.
Only the Italians for the French, because the French can't build their own stuff. Aren't they glad they got introduced to a Marlboro in the 1940s? Otherwise, they'd have no personality. Come at me, Macron. Come at me. I'm so getting sued by the government.
The views espoused on this podcast do not initially.
If the French government or the French people have a problem with anything that I have said, they can email me at info@starwars.com / Kathleen Kennedy. Or is it kkennedy@lucasfilm.com? I don't know.
Again, the views espoused on this podcast do not.
Oh man. So
there goes our chance of being invited on the Disney podcast.
Who knows? Maybe this is the thing that gets us invited. That would be great.
That would be awesome.
I'm mostly making fun of the French, so it's not that big of a deal.
Well, maybe. Well, there goes our chance of going to France.
Shucks. That's okay. I've got family in Italy. I can go visit them. Better cheeses.
I got family I got some relatives in Belgium, which better chocolate.
There you go.
And they speak French.
Yes, they do. But they also win
country.
So anyway, let's see here. Let me think here. Yeah, I mean, speeders are they're kind of the workhorse of the galaxy. They're everywhere. They're pretty ubiquitous. But which is kind of a shame because like some of them are really cool in their design, but they don't really stand out. Like nobody really talks about anyone owning a particular speeder other than Luke. And then there's the speeder that Zam Wessel uses in episode 2. Beyond that, I mean, like there's really no ownership. Like it feels like there's a lot of vehicles, especially like the one that Anakin picks up in episode 2, where he's just like, I don't know if he commandeered it or if it was something that was already granted to them. No clue.
Yeah.
It's like, because there's a part of me when I was watching that movie in the theater, I'm like, did he just steal somebody's car? Sounds like something Anakin would do.
Yeah. Anakin was very much a ask forgiveness rather than permission type of a guy.
Yep. That sounds about right for him.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. So are there any particular speeders that you've always enjoyed beyond the ones that we have seen on screen or in cartoons?
Not really. I mean, obviously, I think, like I said, I think the speeder bikes are iconic. The ones that we that going through the forest of Endor looked absolutely terrifying. Like that fast with that amount of trees is, it's like, how do you maneuver in that like that?
Yeah, well, and clearly it's not for the faint of heart, because I mean, there was how many speeder bike troopers that we saw in that sequence in Return of the Jedi, and how many of them walked away? I mean, there's the one guy that Luke just kind of tossed off the back of the speeder.
Yeah,
but like one guy crashed into a tree stump, another guy got shot down, and then there's at least one other one, and like.
Well, and there was the guy that Luke cut off. That Luke used the lightsaber to cut the front.
Right, and and he's the one that crashed into. He also crashed into a tree.
Yeah,
but the guy he threw off into the middle of the forest, like that guy's still alive. Probably concussed, but he's still alive.
We need a story about him,
dude. Right?
Just a random I think that'd be good for a comic,
dude. Like seriously, he comes to and like. He looks up and the Death Star is just blowing up and detonating above him. And he's like, oh man, I missed the fight.
Yeah.
And then he's probably that one guy that's walking through the forest at night. And all of a sudden the forest starts talking Ewok.
Okay, that just took a dark turn.
It did. At some point we're going to have to talk about Ewoks. Because those guys are evil.
They are.
They are not safe. They look cute, but just like a certain blue chungus, they are deadly. They're very deadly.
Oh man. All right. So, well, I mean, do we have anything else with speeders? Or are we kind of?
We kind of talk about, I mean, like, this is one of those things. I'm kind of glad that the Mandalorian Grogu trailer dropped today, because I really wasn't sure exactly how long we were going to be talking today.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it gave us a little bit more to work with. But before we do our sign offs and everything, let's talk about what we've got coming up here over the next couple of weeks here. So this is our official calendar. On we do it on Canva. This is what we've got coming up for the month of October. Hopefully you guys can see it there. We are going to be talking about the lore of the huts next week for the beginning of October. Then the next week after that, we're keeping on that theme, talking about Jabba the Hutt. Then we'll do another tech talk on hyperdrives. The 22nd, we're not going to have an episode. We're going to take that week off because just we need to. And then the very last week, right in time for Halloween, not right before, but right in time, we're going to be talking about monsters of the galaxy.
Yes.
So if there's a particular monster of the galaxy that you want to talk about, let us know down in the comments. Hit us up on social media. Mention us on Feast of Fandoms, and we'll try to work it in.
Awesome. Oh, and for next week's episode, we will be doing it completely in Huttese.
Oh, man, I'm going to have to brush up on my language skills.
I know. Yeah. Get to it.
I'm so glad that you surprised me with that, because I was going to do it in French.
What's the difference?
Well, I'm pretty sure French has a lot more gagging and spitting and losing battles.
So closer to Klingon.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just like that.
I don't know if you could tell, but that was perfect Klingon. All right.
All right. Shall we do our sign off then?
Yeah. I'll let you cover Brian's information, and then I'll do mine.
All right. Let's see. Brian, if you want to get a hold of Brian, you can do so at he is, of course, the curator of the Sith Library on Facebook, and you can find him on Instagram at Corosis. He is Darth Corosis. As he said, the only name from 8th grade that he still uses. But they do a lot of Sith talk there, and talk Sith history, Sith lore, everything like that. So check him out there. Brian, what about you?
I'm Brian now?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Dude, all of a sudden I felt a moment of being successful. As for me, you guys can get in contact with me on Instagram and X at GKJ_publishing, where I talk about my books, The Archives of St. Gran, and I have a new book out called Midnight Playground. It's a collection of short stories, wonderful anthology. Fun fact, I was able to do an event this last Saturday for Batman Day. I was at my local shop, and I got to sell 11 books, including a full set of my series, and one of the candles I made commemorating the 10th anniversary of my first book. Nice. But if you want to connect with me also on YouTube, you can do so. I do a show called The Right Way, where we talk book recommendations, author interviews, and creative writing tips. I have a new season dropping October 4th. I'm really looking forward to it because it's going to be some great fun.
Awesome. All right. As for us here at War of the Stars, if you want to get a hold of us, you can do so through our email. That is warofthestars1@gmail.com. We are also on all other social medias at War of the Stars 77. Check us out there. If you want to support the show, kofi.com/War of the Stars or spreadshirt.com/war-of-the-stars-. As Garrett mentioned, we are a proud member of Feast of Fandoms. Check out all the shows on Feast of Fandoms. There's a lot of fun shows on there, and following really every gamut of nerddom and fandom. If there is a geeky fandom out there, you'll probably find a show on Feast of Fandoms. That will do it for this week. I just want to leave you with this little tidbit before we go. What is the hardest T to swallow? That would be reality. Until next week, remember, this is not just my Star Wars. This is not just your Star Wars. This is our Star Wars. Until next time, may the Force be with you.